The movie-going experience has changed over the last 10 to 15 years with the popularity of superhero movies and changing taste in people's movie watching location, where people would go to the theater. Now a lot of the general audience, not all of them, but a good portion of them, are choosing to stay home or wait for their streaming service to pick up a particular film. Your big tentpole movies were usually during May, June, July, and August. Now you've got the attempt to have blockbusters all around the year, which has had varying degrees of success. But a constant has always been the horror movie. Horror movies give you the best bang for your buck. Rarely do they lose money. You're not spending a lot to begin with. The monster is the star, so you can just cycle in actors as you need. But these were just a few movies that stood out to me that I think could be interesting for the upcoming year. And again, these were movies with lockdown release dates as of recording. The dates could change, and a new film could emerge that doesn't necessarily have any details out. The studio may want to keep the details hush-hush until closer to release date. But in any case, coming out pretty soon is Just One of Them Days. This stars Keke Palmer and SZA. I don't believe I've seen SZA do any acting before, but they're playing best friends. They share an apartment. Now, SZA's character, her boyfriend, spends all their money, and now they've got to do a mad dash across the city to get their money together to keep their apartment. This kind of gives me like modern day Female Friday, which could be pretty fun. All of Keke Palmer's projects have been pretty well received over the years, so we'll see how this goes. Now, coming up in February, you've got Love Hurts. This starring Hee Kwee Kwan. He was in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Got an Oscar for that. And he played Short Round in the Indiana Jones movies back in the day. Anyway, he's playing a realtor, but it turns out he is a former hitman. He's trying to live a straight and narrow life, but his brother is dragging him back into the world of the assassins. So you got a killer out for revenge, and you also have the relationship between brothers that could be possibly healed or damaged beyond repair. Also in February, you've got Captain America, Brave New World. Now, this is starring Anthony Mackie. He plays the role of Sam Wilson. He's taking up the mantle of Captain America. It was passed to him by Steve Rogers, who has retired. Sam Wilson has to find out who is trying to assassinate the newly elected president of the United States, Thunderbolt Ross. Now, Ross this time around is being played by Harrison Ford, the gentleman who played Ross beforehand had passed away, so Harrison Ford is stepping into this role. He's also going to get some superpowers. It's going to put him at odds with the new Captain America. And we're also seeing some people from the Incredible Hulk movie from back in the day. Now, previously when I did a movie outlook episode, I talked about Coyote versus Acme. We're going to get some new Looney Tunes material, but it got shelved by the powers that be at Warner Brothers. But another Looney Tunes project is coming in the form of The Day the Earth Blew Up. This is starring Porky and Daffy. They're going to be in the center role, and they're going to have to save the world from an alien invasion. We're seeing the return of Petunia Pig, which Porky and Petunia, they're a couple. We haven't seen much of her in a good little while. But I've always said that Daffy is the best Looney Tune. He can be hero, he can be villain, he can be sidekick, he can be star. I think he's best used when he's sincerely wanting to succeed at something and just let him be silly as opposed to having him be the villain. Daffy finds a way to make things work out, granted it being in the most clumsy and inefficient way possible.